What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today on Worthy or Wait, we have a very good episode. Webcams. And in the arena today, we have the APEMAN A100. A lot of accessories come in a box. It usually retails around $120, but they usually are always on sale. I managed to pick this one up for 75 bucks, and I'm going to compare it to what you're looking at right now, my A5100, as well as a Logitech Brio. So we can see $200 Brio, $500 A5100, or a $75 webcam. Will it be worthy compared to these two contenders? And maybe we can figure out some other things we can do with it if it is not worthy for the challenge. Let's not waste anything, but for the price, I couldn't pass it up. I seen no reviews on it. I was just thinking, hey, what's an alternative to my GoPro in case, God forbid, it ever goes out? What is something that I can use? While I had some extra money in my pocket, I decided to pick it up. I'm gonna unbox it, see what extra USB port I have free. But just to give you a quick rundown, it is a 4K, not quite sure how true it is, waterproof action cam. So if I spill something on it while streaming, have a spit take, it should be good. And it does 50 frames per second, so not a full 60. Hopefully for what I'm using it for, it really won't be much of a bother to anyone. Touchscreen as well as a 2-inch screen, but we want to see how it compares as a webcam for streaming. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing plugged up, pair it up against the other two. We'll see you in a second. All right, so now that we have the APEMAN A100 plugged in, this is the quality of footage you will get from it compared to a Sony A5100. Not gonna lie, I'm not really that impressed. It's good. I mean, it works. The colors, fantastic. Compared to the Logitech Brio, which does that weird haze to contrast with glares, this isn't too bad. The colors are almost about what and what compared to the Sony, but the clarity definitely got a edge off on a Sony. So for what I would probably need it for, it would probably be okay if my camera went down and I needed to get a new one, or I was just having issues with it or needed to get a new dummy battery. This probably will work just fine for 1 or 2 streams, but I'm pretty sure anyone that has been streaming for a while or already have that quality established, you probably won't like this. Now, if you wanted to use this as a different camera or like a side view camera, kind of like how I have my GoPro camera set up, where it does a overhead shot behind me like you see now, yeah, it would definitely work. It's really not that bad of a camera where if you just need to do some quick jump cuts or just have a different taste, maybe a goldfish cam, dog cam, lizard cam, anything you need it for other than your mainstream, you probably could get away with. But if you are starting off, this would actually be a good alternative if you paired it with a Elgato Cam Link or the HD video capture that I did a review on, which I'll link somewhere in here somewhere. Essentially, you're future-proofing yourself for the ability to upgrade later, because then you would already have a video capture source for your camera, a HDMI cable that would fit, and all you have to do would probably just pick up a dummy battery and you'll be set to upgrade your stream instantly versus having to wait later for a cam link, which right now is ridiculously overpriced, as well as trying to find a camera. Let's go ahead, pair this up with the other two cameras, and let's actually see comparative footage between all three. Okay, so now we have all three cameras. We have the Sony, the APEMAN, and the Logitech Brio all set up. And as you can see, once you shrink the footage down, it's really not that bad. So this might be what you have on stream compared with a green screen. You may not be that bad off. I mean, you have some good lighting. The green screen probably wouldn't be an issue anyway, but if you have an open background, it still wouldn't be bad. You don't see all the distortion compared to when it was full and it was the main focus. So once you start moving that stuff down and get your overlays and stuff, you probably can get away with it, especially if you are engaged with your chat. Camera really is just putting a face of who's playing the game, so they could catch some raw, unfiltered emotion. Color wise, it's on par with the Sony A5100. You can see my room, the red, the chair, the brim of the hat, and even the shirt. Paying $200 for a Logitech Brio, or catching this for $120 and pairing it with a $20 video capture. I mean, it works, right? At this point, you really can't complain, and you set yourself up for when you eventually get a A5100 or any Sony camera or Nikon, whatever DSLR you want to pair with that capture equipment, you'll be set in no time. But just to get you by, I really would recommend this. We have the Logitech Brio, which you can clearly see the haze and the lights and the glare. It's not really doing all that well. Then you have the APEMAN, that I would feel would be the second best comparison next to the Sony. All in all, I probably would go with the APEMAN over the Logitech Brio, but it would have to be that $100 price point. If it's $120, I probably would just not buy a video game that month and put my money towards upgrading probably to the Logitech. But I would regret it if I seen this and didn't give it a chance. But it would have to be for $100. But this is like, I don't believe this is the Bentley of the APEMAN cameras. I think this might be like the second from the top. If this is a cream of the crop and there's one step above this, maybe that's the one that will give you everything that you would want. I just probably wouldn't spend the money to get it, since I already plan to invest towards getting a different camera. So like a Nikon, or I would probably spend the money to get the bigger camera. But if I was I just got affiliate, I got my first $100, I probably would spend the money for all of this and say, I'm not gonna worry about the Brio. If I had a C922 or a C920, I'll probably stick with that. Then say, okay, well, I want to get the capture card, just the USB plug-in, the cam link. I would get a cam link type device, then probably get the APEMAN, and I would just save up to get a regular camera, because it's going to definitely give you the color that you want, not the clarity. But unless you're doing YouTube videos like me, I probably would just say get anything else. You can do it off your phone and it'll probably look better than the Logitech Brio as well as the APEMAN. Trust me, I've done webcam. The first videos that were shot on this channel were shot with a Logitech Brio, and that made me stop doing them because I was like, I can find something better. So now that I have the Sony, I really enjoy shooting the videos for YouTube because I feel like the quality is a little bit better. Even though it's not the best it can be, it's a step towards the right direction. I say this is worthy. It barely made it, but this is definitely worthy compared to some of those other, like the C922s and some of those just webcam or HD webcams that you see on Amazon for like 10-15 bucks. I probably wouldn't get one of those. I would probably get the APEMAN A100. Save yourself $100, get your APEMAN, and I will see y'all in the next video.